Dragon Ball Sparking Zero hits all-time low, guys. It's absolutely crazy here. It's nowhere near the top 10. It has dropped all the way down to 228th spot on Steam. All right, so let's look at that specifically. We're going to talk about it. I'm going to show you here on Steam, but I'm also going to show you on PlayStation. Okay, and you're going to be really surprised, especially when you get the PlayStation numbers. That's the part that everyone really doesn't talk about, and that they ignore. But let's go here and check it out. The all-time low is 2,928. So it's 2,900. Okay, we're going to round down. This is absolutely horrible. Really, really bad. So the all-time low for the high is 7,100. I actually thought I was optimistic, and I was actually hoping that this would hit the floor around 10,000 people, but it actually keeps dropping to 7,200 at the high, and under 3,000 for the low. Really bad stuff. So if we look here, right, you can see a steady, like we were at like 10,000, and then it was like 3,700, right? And then 9,000, and then 3,800. It was kind of stabilizing. Then here it went up a little bit. It's probably like the weekend or something, or around that time. But overall trends point down, right? So if you look, I mean, that, like right there, right? It looks like it's at zero. When you compare the 120,000 at the peak at the beginning, let's be a little generous and go a few weeks after, right? Because it was on the 10th, I believe. So 10, let's find 24, right? Right there. Yeah, it's about 2 to 4 weeks after it starts really falling off, right? Like you can follow this, it just boom, 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 all the way down to, I don't know where the floor is. Now, after seeing this, I think the floor is going to be lower than what I thought it would be. Okay? Because here on this weekend, we still had 21,000 people at the high and 6,200 at the low. So as you can see, over the month of November, that number has dropped significantly from 6,000 to, yeah, so half. Throughout the November, it dropped about half. Okay, let's compare that to on Steam right now, because the crazy thing about these Steam numbers is this is everybody. This is every single person who owns the game, right? So it doesn't lie in that capacity. Of course, console has different numbers, and console has a different population and a different culture, but it will not be completely and utterly different, right? Like there will be some similarities. Metaphor ReFantazio came out on the same day. Look, October 10th, 2024. October 10th, 2024. Everyone was saying that this game will fall off because once they do everything for the first month or two, there will be nothing to do in the game. Well, as someone who played the demo, and as someone who advocated for Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, we needed a demo and or a beta test, right? We needed that process to really polish this thing and make it the game that we all wanted and hoped for. This is the game that many people wanted and hoped for, but it's a very small percentage of anime fans. If you look at all Dragon Ball fans, and then you look at all Dragon Ball fans that are gamers, I think that they barely took a piece of that pie for the people that actually really wanted to have a Dragon Ball game that they like. Of course, there's Kakarot. Of course, there's Xenoverse and all these other games, but none of those games apply to me. None of those games are things that I really liked. For me, the number one thing that I saw in Metaphor ReFantazio, and the reason why it's doing insanely better, much, much better, right, is it was a finished, polished, complete game. It had more meaning, more depth. It was extremely fun to play. It had style. It was a unique, creative pursuit, right? I think there's a lot of depth and there's a lot of strategy and it's just a wonderful, beautiful game, and I hoped that I can play it one day, but I only played the demo, and I played the demo for 100 hours. I didn't buy the game yet because, well, I just can't. I'm not playing any games right now, okay? For the last week or so, I'm not playing any games. I can't play any games. So I was playing a ton before, but that's how it goes. So there that is. Now, okay, well, that's Steam, Fear. How about on PlayStation? So we went to the top 100 for the last 7 days on PlayStation. The last 7 days. Population of only 8,600, unfortunately. You need, I'd say, at least 10 to 20,000 population, maybe 100,000 population to really get somewhere. 10,000 is actually a pretty good population size, but it could be vastly inaccurate. It could be very accurate, right? Or it could be a little bit off. So, I mean, we'll see. We'll see. Based on this tracker, I've been tracking this for like since the game came out. You know, Dragon Ball Sparking Zero was here in the top 10, okay, when it came out. But in the last 7 days, it's now November 22nd, 2024. Okay, look at this. Look at how steep this game fell off. Look at this, man. 28th spot? And it's right there with Metaphor. It's right there with Metaphor. You're going to see some really interesting things. Okay? I cannot believe that this fell down so much. Valorant is above. Farming Simulator is above. Dragon Age. Elden Ring is killing it, and Elden Ring is a very old game. And then, of course, you have a lot of the classic bangers that just don't ever die, like Destiny 2, esports games, Gran Turismo, NBA, 2K games, Red Dead Redemption. That thing has been hanging in there forever. I didn't play it, but so many people love this game. It's not even funny. And that is way higher. People are just choosing to play these games, right? More than Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. Like I said, there's a small dedicated fan base. And with certain things like DLC and Seasons Pass, things will go up, but they will even drastically go down again because there isn't a lot of stuff there. There's custom games, sure, and I didn't really explore that, but I didn't care because for me, I wanted online stability that wasn't there. Done deal, I'm out. You don't have a rollback netcode, you don't have flawless online, then I'm out. Because especially in a competitive fighting game. I'm tired of being frustrated playing with my friends and playing online in ranked battle and not being able to accurately see where I am and lose games that I shouldn't be losing and win games for free that are not challenging. A lot of times I win games, I'm like, well, that guy couldn't even fight back. How is that even enjoyable? Genshin Impact, the game that just keeps giving. I guess it's like a gambling simulator anime game with attractive women, right? I didn't play it. It's not the kind of game I should be playing. I'm sure I would like it. It's a nice game and all that. But for me, personally, it's not a game for me, But this game is always up there. Dead by Daylight. Dead by Daylight. Apex Legends? Overwatch 2 has the classic Overwatch back. Rocket League, this thing has been popular for God knows how long. Rainbow Six, insanely popular. Here we go. Grand Theft Auto, Minecraft, Roblox, Call of Duty, and Fortnite #1, killing it with Call of Duty. Guys, 28th spot. Well, you might think, let's look at the numbers. This is what the chart looks like. When it hit enormous amounts of players, this is what the graph looked like, right? Now watch this. This was like October 10th, right? You were allowed to play a little bit before, I believe. So watch this. What's the red? The red is the hours played, right? So let's go with the red and the green. So look at this. Say you're skiing, right? Watch this. You wouldn't be able to actually ski up this hill, but you could ski down this part. You could ski down here, but you couldn't ski up here. But watch this. At this point here, on October 26th, 2024, is it? Yeah, October 26th, which is only, I don't know. It's not that many days, right? It's like 16 days after the game. This is when I first started, around the time I first started reporting that it was dying. and basically predicting that this is what would happen based off of the lack of quality and finish in the game, and the lack of depth in the game. It's not that it doesn't have those things. It has some good things, but it's just not complete. Look, just follow it down here without me touching it. You could probably, at that point, actually ski, right? You'd be doing some cross-country skiing around these parts, but you could actually ski up and down these hills. Meaning that that's basically when the game died, right? Like it's just a small dedicated portion of people really okay, well here I guess here there's there's some bumps. Like it would be hard to maybe go up there too, but not as hard as say here, right? So I don't know. I think that maybe it didn't quite die yet. That's what these peaks and valleys are indicating. But here, guys, on November 2022, sorry, on November 2024, on this November 20th, sorry, on November 22nd, 2024, I'm having a hard time here today. It looks like we've reached an all-time low. And when I thought we would reach a floor here, I thought we'd go back up. That's not happening. Okay. It may happen still, but it's not happening. Now look at this. This is the Dragon Ball graph. Now look at the metaphor graph, right? Lots of interest. And look at this. You could never ski back up those hills. That's a straight drop. Here too, you can't ski up that. Here as well, impossible. Even this, impossible. So as you see here, this is a much healthier graph, whereas this one just literally dies off into like having a no heartbeat. Right? So this is PlayStation numbers. These are PlayStation numbers. This is real numbers from about 10,000 or 8,000 people. More than 8,000, about 10,000 people. And guys, this is very alarming. My future predictions, I don't know. I don't really know. I think you can't get all that much lower than that. I don't think that this game will go back unless they do a patch, right? And they change stuff. The game is not going to go back up to these kind of numbers, to seeing these types of graphs. You actually have to change the game and the nature of the game because not enough people believe that this is worth it. Not enough people believe that this is worth putting your time into, right? So maybe everything everyone is saying is true. This is just a couch co-op, but in my comment section of a lot of my videos, people have amazing discussions, and I would just go there and read those. If you want all the answers, if you want all the feedback, but let me know in the comments below. Is this game dead? Like, what do you guys think? Do you think it's dead? Do you think it's about to die? Or do you think it's, gonna die maybe in a month or two? What do you guys think?